Welcome back to the greatest Yu-Gi-Oh! Show on Earth. It's European Championship weekend, day number 3, and we are closing in. Just 64 players remaining out of the 1,900 players that showed up yesterday morning bright and early. We're now in the top cut, even if they won all the matches up until now. One more loss and they're going to be out of the tournament. Stakes couldn't be higher, except for maybe the quarterfinals, because that's when you really want to win your match. So we're getting there, we're getting closer to the quarterfinals when it's all about going to Worlds or not. In the top 8 we have 2 players that not only know each other, they are also from the same area and they are playing almost identical decks with like 1 or 2 cards difference. But they said the mirror match is very skillful and they're actually not exactly your like newcomers. They have been playing this game for a little longer, so we expect them to do well. In the red corner we got Dinh Khang Pham. Hey, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about going up against your friend?
Like, I'm really sad because one of us will get kicked out, but it now comes really to luck because we have the same skills.
All right. And also apparently almost the same deck.
Yes. We built it together, the whole team, so we played the same deck. Like, he played only like 1 card different.
Okay. He's going to say that the 1 card is going to make the difference.
Maybe.
All right. How are you feeling about playing in the feature match here?
I wanted to avoid it.
Okay. Well, now you're in there. Congratulations. Please have a seat. His opponent is Max Frövel. Hey, Max. We've seen you before operating on the apps. You're very often in the feature match area.
Last time at the German Nationals.
Yeah, so you kind of know the area inside out.
But not in front of the cameras.
Yeah, so what's the difference?
It's kind of hot because of the lights.
It's not hot when you're working on the app?
Yeah, you're outside. Yeah.
Okay. Right, so you're now playing against your friend. What do you make of playing in the feature match? Do you having a good feeling?
I think we're testing the whole week. I took a whole week of verification, and it's 50-50. If someone draws the field spell, everything can happen. But the most important thing for us is to send as much players to Worlds as possible. And it doesn't matter if I win or Kang, we need to send a 4th and 5th player to Worlds, and that is my accomplish for the weekend.
All right, let's see if you guys can do it. Please also have a seat. United Ghosts are trying to rise from the ashes. There was a very long time when we haven't heard from you guys. Okay, please perform the die roll to see who's going to go first. That's a 6. And that's more. So you can decide who goes first.
I start.
All right. Dinh Khang Pham wants to start. You want to do some fusion thing or something? No? You're good? All right. With that, let's take you guys to our commentators for this match. It's going to be Sebastian Lemke and Leonard König.
Yo, what up, boys? We're back for the top 64 card. Woo, hype.
Tops, baby.
Yes,
we have
indeed.
64 players making it, and Oliver already brought a very nice introduction for that match.
Indeed.
2 friends coming in here.
The hero story. We remember back in, I think, 2010, where 3 or 4 friends with gravekeepers attended a big tournament, and they just won it, and they all top 4'd. Those guys, they're playing
amazing,
nearly the exact same deck list. Then I know those. I've been on their team. Dinh Khang Pham, he's crazy about his Salamangreats.
Yeah.
It's completely insane.
He gets lost in theory talking about it, right?
Yes, there are like so many exams that he like didn't attend this semester because he just wanted to
Maybe
play
you
this.
shouldn't tell that to people on stream. Maybe his mom is watching.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. No. So Kang and Max, both very experienced Salamangreat players.
Definitely.
Kang topped the nationals. Max
did very
but
well
he,
at German Open, for example.
Yeah, German Open, that's what I wanted to say. Those players, both incredibly skilled, and we're really hyped to see the match.
Maybe we should take a look at the top 64 metagame breakdown, just to see what decks made it. So let's just get that up on screen.
Okay, so we don't have it.
That's
all right.
Oh, okay, we have to fix it a little.
Anyways, I can talk about the deck lists for a second. There, we have few differences.
So looks like maybe we could now get it. Let's just try that first. Okay, we won't be able, but let's just talk about it a little maybe. We see that Salamangreat still is the most represented deck. We have 20 Salamangreat decks in the top 64. We have 13 Sky Strikers, 10 Orcus decks, And
7 Ultrageist.
7 Ultrageist and Thunder Dragon. I expected more Thunder Dragon decks, to be honest.
Yeah, and I expected less Ultrageist. It has a good conversion rate, as you already said.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then 2 Crusadia, 2 Trickster.
I actually know both the Crusadia players. It's
Really?
Joshua Schmidt and Mirko Sanelli. Oh no, Joshua Schmidt is playing Salamangreat.
Yeah.
It's Eriko's. Eriko's back.
Yeah, yeah,
He's
sure.
playing the Crusadia.
Okay, and only one
No, he
Pendulum
also plays
deck.
Thunder Dragons. Okay,
Only one Pendulum deck.
Yeah.
I expected more Pendulums, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was kind of a sleeper pick for me to maybe take down the event because the combos can be so huge, and if you don't get interrupted, you just win instantly. But only one Pendulum deck. I think that's it for now. There are a lot of judges standing around the table, so maybe we shouldn't. We try to fix the app at the moment, so let's do that first. And let's talk a bit more about Salamangreat's theory, because they came up with this perfect list. They found the matching list, only one card is different, as you said, as they said. And do you think that is the perfect Salamangreat list, how it should look? I mean, you have a lot of experience with Salamangreat as well.
I mean, this one is the perfect one because it's printed out and very nice to read.
True.
This one isn't.
Yeah, Max handwriting not
I wasn't gonna name drop now, but okay. So this looks very solid. The hand trap ratios are weird.
That's
because
true.
you rarely see a 1 of hand trap. It's 1 of Ghost Ogre and 2 of Ghost Bell. To the people in the chat who believe this is Salamangreat FTK, I will have to disappoint you. It was a meme.
It was a meme all the time. It was being pushed up the last few weeks. Everybody was saying Salamangreat FTK is the best deck ever. So
and we just got confirmation that we can jump right into the game. So why waste further time? We're going Lyocus. Okay, so apparently
we just got confirmation that it's not.
Yeah, okay.
There was some miscommunication. But yeah, the list looks really, really good. Do you think at the moment it is correct to only play one Jaguar, which they both do? Because I saw, for example, in the last round of Swiss, the Salamangreat player did play 2 Salamangreat Jaguar. He decided that he needs 2.
Yeah, but I think most of the people who played 2 Jaguars are going for draw engines in their deck. So either it's Desires, where you want to have 2 Jaguars so you can banish one without like immediately losing any grind game, or you want to play Flame Buffalo because it's still a really good discard.
That's true.
I mean, you would only want to play 2 Spinnies, because Spinny is honestly, even though it's main part of the standard combo, it's not that good.
It's not that good of a draw, right?
It has barely any outplay potential.
It's good when you have mining, then it's obviously a good discard for it, but on its own, it's usually an indicator for just Bailing's Pass if you just have the only spinny
you can go for Heater.
Cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
versus
going
Pendulum,
first
cool.
turn, yeah.
You can summon Electromite, and then you have 2 monsters with 1.8 attack points. 1.8.
So you're already one step closer to OTK, but some steps are missing, I would guess.
I guess a few, yeah.
A few. But, I mean, they both travel together here. Do you know that? I mean, I think Max is from the east of Germany, and Kang is a little more from the northwest,
side,
right?
Yeah.
So they didn't travel together, but they obviously tested super much together, right? I've heard that Kang, that Kang is also, he tested with you as well, because he always wanted to test the Salamangreat deck, so he probably knows everything inside out.
Yeah, we played like a real lot for the Dutch National Championships. Actually, funny story, he tried to just prepare me.
Yeah.
And then we invested so much time into testing for the Dutch National Championships that 2 days before, he decided to come too, eventually. So he actually traveled after us, and he managed to get to the top 16 and then lose to Mindburn.
Ouch. So he topped this nationals, and also YCS Utrecht, the 200th YCS, he topped that one as well.
And YCS Prague and YCS Bochum already with pendulums.
And the 200th YCS.
That was Ollie's arm, by the way.
Yeah.
Famous.
And he had the same thing in Utrecht as well the last time, because there in top 64 he also had to play versus a teammate. That's
Kian Shabazi, I'm sorry. Yeah, Kian.
2 times United Ghosts mirror matches. It's just crazy.
This is like the Utrecht story for United Ghosts. They have another player in the top cut too, actually, who's Julio Valls, and the also well-known Adrian Durson, who managed to not go to Worlds in the playoffs, but he has another chance. Actually, we just got rid of our tablet where all the all the information is on, but I think we can try to remember who of the top 8 playoffs managed to get to the top cut.
Sure, we can reconstruct it.
Not Jonas Koschel.
Yeah, that's a big story as well,
he's
right?
Really sick.
He's just super
really
sick. So nice for him that he just ran
Yes.
through 2-0. He
Yes.
only had to play 2 games of Yu-Gi-Oh! To actually
imagine how crazy
make it
this
to Worlds.
is. You're sick the entire week, and you're sick for the entire week.
Yeah.
And then you even make it to the playoffs and you win the playoffs, or win, basically. And the next person would be Joshua Schmidt, who also got to Worlds, and he managed to make it to the top cut with Salamangreat.
What's so thick about that is, how can you just play the one deck on Friday and be perfect with it, run through with 2-0, and then play a completely different deck, Salamangreat, for the main event?
This is beyond me, actually.
And you're just perfect with both decks, and you just run through again in an 11-round Swiss event? That's just insanity, I think.
That's Yoshi for us.
Yeah, that's just the master of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, indeed. I mean, all his trophies in his room speak for him, right?
Absolutely.
I think once he actually dropped one. It's a story I've heard that he had like one big trophy and he dropped it and was like, so I have so many of those.
Yoshi's in. Then Rafael Neven, the third world competitor.
He lost on the bubble.
He lost on the bubble, is not in.
Versus Florian or Fabian Hoffmann? I don't know. I think it's
I don't know too.
Fabian?
Don't want to say something wrong there. But then we obviously have Jake Quincy, also trying to do the same as Adrian Dursun, trying to make it to Worlds now because he's in the top 64 as well, still fighting. And who have we as well? Oh yeah. And then our 2 French players. I think they both did not make it. At least I did not saw their names on the list.
We can check. So it's Paul.
Yeah, let's just see. I think Paul is a pretty common name.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Paul
in.
Schuffenecker is in.
Yeah, he's in. Okay, Paul Schuffenecker is in. Cool. Sebastian Marr, did he make it? Because that is obviously, I think that top 8 player on Friday was so entertaining. It was such a plus for the whole event that you had that going. Such additional content of super good Yu-Gi-Oh! Players just giving you a top 8 bracket and just performing super good. Did you find him?
Nope.
Doesn't look like. Okay. All right. So I think because we talked about it already, we maybe can see. Oh yeah, that's a good thing we can show. Let's just show the top 64 pairings.
Yeah.
That's like a cool thing. There we see it. And look, we talked about it. We have Quincy in. We have Joshua Schmidt
Brian
in.
Kaiser.
We have Paul Schuffnecker in. A lot of good players. But let's just jump a little deeper. There are some more names to be seen. Sami Bakar, who once he was a European national.
He was a European champion.
Not national champion, obviously.
He beat Carmelo Buglieri.
Yeah. So he maybe is on his way to defend his title, but he's playing versus Daniele Stella. And okay, so now we got confirmation that it is time to jump into the game. Let's see the guys playing out their cards. Go to the featured match. Let's start it, guys. Best of luck to the 2 players.
Yes, finally we can see.
There we go.
Okay, so we
there
have
Bailings.
Bailings, Phantasma
and he
Ash.
immediately ashes it.
No Gazelle for Kang.
True.
I think this should be Kang, yeah.
On the left we have Kang, yeah. On the left is Kang, and he does not have Gazelle, but he has Spinny. Oh, do you think he's going for the Sunlight Wolf with his Spinny there? It looks like it.
Yeah, he's just going to recover the Ash Blossom.
Yeah, he has to, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, the Phantasma is going to hit next turn, and that's not making stuff for him better anyways. He has Fusion of Fire Hard Draw, so if Max can't kill him... Oh, this is an insane hand from Max, honestly. Unless the Ash Blossom hits hard. Oh, he has
Ash, he has Mining, he has Cyclone.
Oh my god.
Phantasma and Jack Jaguar. That looks
Ash
good
can
for him.
end his entire turn.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. But it has to be seen whether Dinh Khang figures out when to rub the Ash there. But as we talked about it, he is pretty good with the deck. So, should be fine. Just dropping it on the Mining there. What is the 6th card? Oh, and it's another Phantasma.
But I mean, this is actually decent, as he can now discard it with mining, his opponent will think that he just got rid of the Phantasma. Kang will feel safe now because the Ash is in his graveyard and he doesn't really care for the Phantasma because it's in the graveyard as well.
Yeah, but it looks so bad because look at how Kang actually opened. I mean, he just had Sunlight Wolf pass.
Ash is
all around.
all on these Phantasmas.
Maybe still the best hand trap to go.
Most frustrating thing to happen if you're playing versus Salamangreat if they Ash your Phantasma. But
it normally does not seem that good, to be honest, because you just trade one card in your hand into the graveyard for your opponent just keeping one of their cards in their hand. But the fact that you can just recycle the Ash normally is just so good that it is...
Now we can go for Hita Bailings play.
Ooh,
he could summon the Hita, special summon the Bailings, and then just immediately get rid of the Sunlight Wolf by attacking over it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, probably just leave the Hita on the field so you can try to float into a Gazelle to your hand.
Seems reasonable. And I mean, you don't have spells or traps of the Salamangreat front to get back with Sunlight Wolf anyway, so okay, why would you go into it?
I mean, it's playing around around the Hard Row Fusion of Fire a bit.
That's true. Yeah, both of them decided to main deck it. Yeah. Do you think that is the correct call? We saw Marco Perico winning Italian nationals with it.
I 100% agree on Fusion of Fire. Okay. Sometimes you just lose the grind game, and if you can't end it, you will eventually have to...
Ooh, that's a good top deck for Dinh Khang Pham right there. He drew into Lady Debug. And yep, Max lets this through.
I think the French name for Lady Debug is Dumb Debug, which I find pretty cool.
That's true. He added Gazelle, so Pham being the first player having access to the Gazelle, which is a crucial part about the Salamangreat deck, obviously. And there again, trying to activate Phantasma.
And this time it will resolve.
Yep, it does.
And it can add back the Ash. So, circle and another Phantasma. This is actually a good draw for him.
Yeah, but Max just drawing into Phantasma is all over. But no cards left in hand. He adds back the Ash, which is pretty cool for him.
Yeah, but now the Gazelle is already in play. There is a Hita play open for Kang. The Gazelle might or might not be Ash because if the Ash Blossom gets thrown to the Gazelle effect, then Kang has an easy time going into Hita.
True.
Just
and Max probably sees that as well. Yeah. So he first goes into Jaguar, obviously, to have access to that Link 2 plays. And now it is a question: is he going into Hita, or is he just summoning the Sunlight Wolf?
This one might be a Sunlight Wolf.
Yeah, looks like it.
Trying to add back his own Ash.
Okay.
So, if he even wants to. He might also consider to not add back Ash immediately, but wait until he goes for Gazelle. But yeah, he chain blocks the Gazelle.
Oh,
so
perfect, yeah. There you can see the experience of these plays. He just knows when to chain block, and obviously there is the Ash known in the hand of Max, and so you have to find a way to play around it. So he was like, yeah, let's just chain block it, let's make Sunlight Wolf chain link 2 after the Gazelle, and so it is easy to resolve. But what is the card you need now? Looks like he's considering Spinny.
I mean, you would want to go into the Mirage Stalio.
Yeah, you're right.
But you know about the Ash, and you can't chain block that anymore because Mirage Stalio is an ignition effect.
Right. Oh, and yes, the Hard Row Fusion of Fire
I mean, like, if the Ash gets down, he will probably OTK this turn. He might have to try and bounce the Phantasma now. Yeah, this is...
The Fusion of Fire is huge right there.
So he is trying to bait out the Ash. I mean, he doesn't really care about the Ash. The Ash has to be thrown.
Does.
So he will bait out the Phantasma with... Oh, but there is... Oh, yeah. There's a huge difference. I think there's this Cosmic Cyclone set for on Max's side.
Yeah. He had it in the starting hand, so I'm pretty sure that is the set card.
So Kang opens up the way for a misplay on his side. Or let's say the Cosmic Cyclone can punish Kang really hard if he misplays.
What would be the way to misplay here?
If he goes into Heat Leo now,
he
can shuffle back the Cosmic Cyclone and bounce the Phantasma.
Yes.
And then he can Reincarnation Link.
Yeah.
And oh, he doesn't have a Salamangreat monster in his hand, right? That could make things...
Oh, right, he does not have it. but he's still...
If he negates the bounce, then there is an OTK. But if he doesn't negate the bounce, then there shouldn't be one.
Ooh.
Unless he has another Salamangreat monster in hand, which I'm not sure he has.
No, he has Phantasme, Sanctuary, and Fusion of Fire in his hand.
Yeah, and Ash Blossom, I think. Oh no, he
didn't.
Oh yeah,
he
should
did
be
that.
the Ash Blossom.
Yeah, right. Oh, then it's not Phantasme, maybe then it was Ash. Oh, no, it's 4 cards in hand. Yeah, then it's exactly right. So there's no OTK left, probably. But what's the position for Max now? I mean, he has Phantasme in hand, he has Circle. Do you think he could go off completely?
So
There
he summons away the
is the
Sunlight
Violet
Wolf.
Chimera.
Yeah, he was trying to bait Max, and yeah, that didn't work. Like, of course.
What do you think? How often he already tried to bait Max in playtesting there?
I mean, look, if Max didn't get a good draw, then he might have actually negated, because he didn't have a use for his card in hand. But it was a circle that he needs to get into the game.
Yeah. Definitely right. So
But now the circle will just get ashed. So
he has the circle for the Ash, and the Ash for
Other
the
way
circle,
around.
obviously. Oh, and he draws into Veiler. That's not going to help him right
this
there.
Chimera is gonna hurt.
Definitely.
Yeah, if he added a fusion monster for a Sunlight monster for Fusion of Fire OTK, then this would have been game. Yeah, could have had game if he didn't add Ash.
Yeah,
That's true.
Sure. But now the Ash still comes in very handy, because he knows that the one card is Phantasme, and there are 2 more cards. And one of the cards he shuffled back in the Phantasme move, so one of the cards probably is good, because he had 2 cards to draw into it. So he should probably Ash the circle. Oh, and Max setting a monster. That's not a usual move for the Salamangreat deck.
Yeah, he's just trying to bait
Survive,
out the
maybe.
Ash on bait out the Ash
Oh,
on the Phantasmate, so he can add a
now
Gazelle.
as well. Yeah, he wants to draw into something with Phantasme then, and also, of course, it is a big body which can kind of protect him in some way, but
I mean, he can just run over his opponent now, right?
the circle hard draw also was pretty good, right?
How much damage did you deal with the... we gotta do quick math now. So it was Heat Leo and the Violet Chimera. So that was 1,150 and 900, which is 2,050, if I'm not mistaken. So it's 4,850 damage that you dealt.
Yep.
So that plus Spinny and Gazelle is not enough. So he would have to risk running into a hand trap.
But he does know that there's Phantasme in hand.
Yeah, he won't summon a Link monster.
Yeah, but there is no hand trap to be seen, because there's only one
the
card
hand
in
trap
of
on the
Max.
field. He would risk to run into an Ash
that
Blossom
has
or...
1,800 defense
Yeah.
points. Yeah, absolutely right.
But I mean, I would take the risk because you don't really lose anything.
Oh, but looks like...
Oh, I mean, he has the Ash for the Phantasme, so he can actually go for a Heater play. Ah, okay, so...
He just attacks, wants to clear off
and that's
something.
2-5.
That's 2-5. The Chimera attacked last turn, right? So should be around 3,000 life points left. For the guys in the chat asking what happened to our overlay, we're having some issues with it, but working on it, so it should be back up soon. We're trying our best.
Now Kang actually can like take control over the game completely.
Yeah, but I mean, at least
He has
Max
counter
can
trap.
resolve
Yeah.
his circle there.
Yeah, and he has Counter Trap, Ash, Phantasme, and maybe a Circle. Did I already say Circle? I don't know.
He used circle in this turn.
Yeah, but he can set it, like roll with his effect and then add back the Circle, so he has
that's
more
what
resources.
He's doing.
I don't
There
always
you
agree
go.
with it, but at this point, it's 100%
And
correct.
what's really interesting about this game as well is Dinh Khang Pham didn't even play out his Sanctuary yet.
No.
Normally, the deck really relies on it, and you see a lot of players just shotgunning it first turn, making it part of their combo.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of it with Phantasme so he can just add it back to have a free plus. But now he goes into a Heat Leo play to get rid of the back row because he's scared of it. And now he realizes it's just a circle and the Phantasme was just a bait.
Yeah. Good baiting on Max part
Yeah,
there.
but
He's in a bad position, but
still, how can he come back with only one Gazelle versus the the circle.
Yeah, the situation is bad, but I think Max really did his best to actually get much value out of it, because he still has Phantasma in hand. Oh, he draws into another Gazelle. Normally a good top deck, but when you already have one in hand...
Sometimes slightly fortunate.
That's not too good, because he would be able to special summon the other one afterwards. Oh, but he just ashes it and not negates it. So
And he can't summon the Gazelle if it was negated. He couldn't still summon the Gazelle from hand, because Gazelle only triggers off of other Salamangreats.
oh, okay. So no big plays there for Max. He has this now, and Phantasme comes in as well. Do you think it should be time for Max to scoop it up now?
Yeah.
He should not waste any more time and probably scoop it up here.
Both players kind of bricked to start. That's interesting. This is
surely,
really nice grand game. I mean, he can't even go into Hita anymore. Usually, Hita helps you get into power plate if you're far behind. But at this point, the Hita is already in his grave for ages now.
Yeah, true.
And
so he just negates the
so
Jaguar.
This looks like...
Leaving Max with no plays left for his turn. We will probably just see Reincarnation Link Bailings pass. And that comes there.
He can summon the Gazelle from hand.
True.
But
he didn't trigger the hand effect. Right, yeah, of course. So he has some play, he baited out the negate,
but still,
and all that with only 3 cards in.
Oh my god,
that was such
a
beautiful handshake.
Oh, I'm going to...
Shall we do the fist thing?
I will never let them forget this. I will never let them forget this. That was the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life.
Dinh Khang Pham didn't want to have a featured match, maybe for a reason like that. Maybe he didn't want that to happen.
Oh, the cringe in the chat. Yes. I love it.
That is super lovely, really.
Wow.
Or maybe he just didn't want to show anybody the Salad FTK, and now he showed it that Salad FTK apparently is Bailing's pass.
I mean, he didn't have the Gazelle, right? Both of them didn't have it, so they couldn't FTK.
Yeah, you could really see that their teammates, by the look of their handshakes,
this is the secret UG handshake I've been telling people about. This is how you do it. It's either a shake, fist, shake.
Yeah, that's just perfect harmony right there. And so, obviously, they prepared for the mirror match. What did they put into their sideboard to do something in the mirror match?
You can argue for siding Gamma Seal going second.
Yep. I see the reason why.
Yeah, I mean, you kill the Roar. It's good in the resource game. Getting rid of the Sunlight Wolf is always nice. Sometimes you can't really do it. You disable the good effect of Rage. Sometimes you prefer the second one, where you tribute a monster. But most of the time, the non-targeting double destruction is better.
Seems a little better, yeah.
You can bounce the Kaiju with the Stalios, so you can actually reuse it multiple times.
Yeah.
For going first, they are playing 3 Sanctum on one side. And that's about it. I mean, you could argue for Ghost Ogre as well, but time has shown that Ghost Ogre isn't necessarily the most effective hand trap.
Absolutely not.
They might know that the opponent is playing it, so they could play around it by just not triggering Gazelle instantly, but like reincarnation linking the Bailings before doing anything.
Yep. That is the reason why the Ogre isn't so good, because when your opponent has the Bailings in grave, you can just protect the Gazelle or whatever is on field, so Ogre is pretty much useless for this deck. Okay, you bait out 1 Bailings, but usually that's not where the game is won, when you have 1 more or less Bailings.
Yeah.
That should not be where...
Indeed true.
What it comes down to.
This field center, though, the Chaos Dragon Emperor of Armageddon, both of these players won it so badly.
Yeah, and I mean, top
Sanctuary.
Top 64 actually did get the card, right?
No, top 32.
Oh,
this is their favorite.
So
look at the starting hands.
This is the match for the prize card. Oh, but yeah, you're right. 3 hand traps for Max, and on the other hand, it doesn't look too good for Dinh Khang Pham, who opens the field spell, as he said. Oh, but did he let him go first?
No.
I know, obviously Max lost it. Oh, sorry, I'm so lost here. And Max
looks like not only Max lost it here.
Yeah. I love it. We see Debug, we see Gazelle, there comes the Bailings. And do we have any hand traps in the hand of Dinh Khang Pham? Did you see any?
We don't have our
looks like...
but he has impermanence.
Yeah, he has impermanence, right. So there comes Reincarnation Link, Baelings. Impermanence obviously better than Ogre because you can just stop the Gazelle or the Mirror Stelio. In that case, you will probably stop the Gazelle because you cannot send the Spinny with it then.
I mean, Ogre would have been insane on debug.
Yeah, on debug it is so good. But the thing that debug is only at 1 makes it come up less often.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Every time I have it, my opponents have Ogre, though. It's a curse.
The curse. And obviously, debug always is like the first thing you do, so they just can throw the Ogre on it, and
but
they don't have to think about it.
It baits out the other hand traps. Debug is so nice.
Yeah, true. And looks like Dinh Khang Pham decided to keep the Impermanence. Is he Impermanencing the Sunlight Wolf, or what do you think?
I think he's going to... Wait. I think he's keeping it.
Yeah, but what's the reason for it? If he just Impermanences the Gazelle, Max would have been left with no Spinny Engrave, no Mirror Stelio.
That was an Impermanence, right?
I mean, maybe it's not because we don't see his hand anymore and our app isn't working at the moment. But I saw a secret rare trap card as well there. Or maybe it's Sanctum? It could be Sanctum as well.
Oh, it looks like Sanctum
now.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Impermanence on Stelio would have been like completely insane.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he would have rather had an Impermanence rather than Sanctum because there is an Ash in the hand of Max and I'm not sure he's going to use it. This is third Baelings.
True, in his first turn. Do you think boarding in Artifact, Sanctum and Scythe is good going second in the mirror match? Ooh, he draws another one. That's definitely not what he wants to say.
Double Sanctum and 1 Sanctuary is not what he loves right now.
And Cyclone gets rid of the Impermanence. There it is. But he has Circle, sorry. And so Circle can get him going, but Max is considering ashing it. When he ashes it here, Pham is left with basically no place.
Yeah, but he has Scythe for the next turn.
Yeah, so he can survive at least. Oh, and he has Spinny, so he can summon a monster at least. And go into Baelings. Oh, look, we got our overlay back.
Hey.
That is nice.
Kind of seems to be switched around.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Max is on the right and Dinh Khang Pham is on the left. But at least we can see what they have in hand. They have Artifact Sanctum twice, as we said. He has Salamangreat Sanctuary. And he had the Spinny. And it's gone again. But we're fixing that, so we have the correct setting on screen and everything is fine. And Max sits there chilling on Foxy and Gazelle in hand and drawing into Circle. That is pretty good, I would say. Looking good.
Yeah, Max is in the superior position right now. I mean, he probably cannot instantly out-decide.
Yeah, because he did not add back the Ash yet. Now we have it on the left, Dinh Khang Pham, on the right, Max Frövel. Both playing the Salamangreat deck as they're showing it off already for quite some time now. Look how he activated the Sanctum, being like,
thrown out.
I have to do it now. And there's the Scythe.
For
Max
it is me,
just nodding.
Dinh Khang Pham. The one and only.
Max nodding to that, not really being too happy because he cannot go into any linked place that turn.
And he pushes the Sunlight Wolf with Spinny effect so he can run over the Lancea. So no Heater shall be accessed next turn.
Yeah, rather the Scythe, but it is big enough to run over Lancea anyways, but he can run over Scythe as well now. So that's some damage right there. The Sunlight Wolf will just run over Scythe, as we've already said. And he really needs to draw into something good now. I mean, he has Gazelle and Foxy.
Wait, did he just now not... Oh, yeah, he did. Okay. Missed that.
What do you mean?
He's adding back the Ash. That's not really nice.
Ash.
Crashing the Baelings was a good play.
And he does not hit with the Foxy. It's nice that two of the most popular decks, Sky Strikers and Salamangreat, both have this Reveal 3.
Yeah, their own Pot of Duality.
Yeah, right. Their own Pot of Duality, but with some restrictions on it. And you always see it in their eyes when they're missing, like, oh. how does that happen to me all the time? And I feel like every single player playing one of these decks is missing every time. Like you come to a player playing one of the decks and he just says, yeah, I missed again with it and I just lost because of it again.
Game.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, it is game? Why are they picking up the cards?
Yeah, it's game. He ashed the mining that was top decked and he had nothing to play with. So,
yeah, so we have a game 3 coming up for you guys.
You have to know, guys, that we are trying to have a lively discussion here, and when we are talking about stuff, we actually look at each other
Yes,
a lot of the time. So sometimes one misses a thing in the stream.
But you see the guys are talking to each other, Max and Dinh Khang Pham, both chatting in between siding, probably saying like, you know what we did there, you know you have to side in this now, and we decided that that is better than that, and just basically siding for each other and keeping them up to date on what's the most correct way to side at the moment. And that obviously is always in fluctuation. Maybe at the start of the event they figured out some way to board in the mirror mat, but then they were like, yeah, after round 8 I realized my opponent sided in that, and that's pretty good too, so maybe we should switch around and actually do it like that. Do you see Dinh Khang Pham who can now decide who goes first? To let Max go first? Is there any chance? Not in that matchup, or?
No, looking at the side deck, he's not playing Super Polymerization, which, I mean, it's also good going first. I don't think that he wants to give away the advantage of having Sanctum in his deck.
True.
Going first, like, they're obviously also siding it going second.
True.
Which you can argue for. It stops a turn, basically, and you have one more turn to set up. But it doesn't help if you don't really open any Salamangreats.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think Kang is hoping for like a structure deck hand, as he always calls it, where you have multiple Salamangreats and one Sanctum. So your opening field is like Dwellers, Roar, and Sanctum. So you can immediately trigger your Sunlight Wolf as well with the sight.
Yeah. In the interview before the match, Max actually said, yeah, it will come down to luck and maybe who draws the field spell.
Yeah.
And we just saw Pham drawing the field spell in game 2, so let's see whether one of the two players actually draws the field spell again. And maybe it comes down to it. And friendly handshake, that was a very good handshake, by the way. They did
I think
better than the first time.
We can't hear them, but I'm pretty sure that they just like talked over it.
Yeah. They had a conversation
like,
about it.
Okay, we're going to do a normal handshake now. Normal handshake. Are you ready? Okay, so
3, 2, 1, 0. Let's go. Double
this
Gazelle.
is Effect Veiler, Circle Gazelle. Oh, this is crazy.
He can play with
the
that.
The hand keeps switching around, so I'm not too sure which hand is the correct one.
But I saw Sanctum in the opening hand of Pham. Looks like that's correct.
Okay, so I think the hands are switched.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yeah.
It was Impermanence. And
Effect Veiler, Sanctum, Spinny Gazelle is crazy. And there is no interruption from Max. He looks really sad right now.
Oh, yeah. And look, our graphic trapped him as well. He already down to 7,000 life points, so obviously he starts the game with 8,000 life points, but look at Dinh Khang Pham just being happy that he does not brick in game 3. He can combo off and he will have a good time. He sent the Raw, so we will have Raw and also
Sanctum.
The Sanctum, which is huge. He just basically robs Max of his entire turn there.
I don't know why he keeps... Ah, yeah, of course he wants to go foul that he had in his hand. So he's linking... Jaguar away for Bailings, triggered the Sunlight Wolf.
Yeah.
Probably gonna link away those two as well, just to keep the Sanctuary in hand. And now he's gonna go Roar effect.
Once again, he doesn't
Jaguar
even
effect.
activate the Sanctuary.
And he will... Oh no, the foul is in the other hand. But now everyone is... Guys, you're confusing me.
Yeah, our graphic looks
okay.
a little... No, it's wrong, because definitely Dinh Khang Pham has 2 Gazelles in hand, because he just added back 1, and on the left we don't have that. So that would... But on the other hand, Max does not have Impermanence and Veiler, I guess. So
I think he would have used them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so this is a crazy.
Let's just focus on what happens on the
yeah.
board. 4 back row. Wow, that's just these super nuts. Even if Max Frövel would play evenly or would draw it in that case, it wouldn't help him anyways because Raw is there and he just shotguns the Artifact Sanctum.
Yeah, and Max is laughing, but this is kind of a desperate love. This is the love of demise.
Oh yeah, it is. He sees it coming. Both of them basically see
And he can't out it. No Ash, nor Impermanence.
Normal summon Gazelle. Oh, and he
Foul.
triggers Foul, so he can at least chain blocks the Gazelle.
Yeah, he's holding on to the last straw there.
Yeah, but he will have 2 Salamangreat monsters on board, like 2 effect monster, just main deck Salamangreat monsters, which don't seem too good. Oh, and there's Valor.
That one hurts as
Yep.
well. I mean, he has Sanctuary, Roar, and Sanctum. He has Roar and Sanctum. You can argue for... No, actually the Roar and Impermanence on the side of Kang will prevent him from resolving Scythe in
Oh,
this
and
turn,
look, Max
probably.
also had the Sanctuary hard draw.
Yeah.
So maybe it came down to that as well. But I mean,
As he said,
the opening of Pham was amazing.
everything
so
can happen.
Yeah, everything can happen. That's a nice line there that he just picked out of the whole context. Everything can happen. Max said it. And at least they show us three games of the mirror match.
Yeah, this is huge. Okay, so Foul is added to the hand. Kang is just super confident right now, as I know him. So shotgun the Sanctum.
So that drops a turn, but
I think he might wait for it just to impermanence it. And if there's another card that kind of wants to negate the impermanence, he can still... I don't think there are any, by the way.
what do you mean with waiting? Because when Scythe resolves, he cannot
he
summon
will
anything,
negate
right?
the Scythe.
Yeah, he has to.
He's
on
just
summon.
waiting with his roar. He could've- yeah, okay, so... Damn.
That was some excitement of Dinh Khang Pham there, and you can understand why. He just made
he
top
got his first
32.
prize card. That became a meme for him. He was always so close to getting a prize card.
That was our match for the prize card. And let's talk about it a little more in the post-match analysis. Here we are, Dinh Khang Pham being the winner of this featured match.
Yes.
It was crazy. They talked about Salamangreat Sanctuary
Insane.
being a hard brick which you
Yes,
don't want to
yes,
draw.
yes, yes,
and
yes, yes.
It decided who was the loser of each game.
And I think in game one,
It was
you could see it was a crazy grind game. No Gazelle for no one in the start, in the beginning. And then in the end, the experience in the match turned out to be very important. They both played it really well.
Absolutely.
And Kang just got out ahead. He kind of found his way into the game then and outgrinded Max. So game two, he had a real bad brick. He could only Sanctum, and Max won that really easy. And game three, the starting hand of Kang was insane. It was like the Exodia of Salamangreat.
Yeah,
that's the Salamangreat FTK.
That was close to it for sure. It was close to an FTK because even if Max would have had a really, really good opening game three, it would have been hard to do anything, right?
Yes.
There was just no way to go through.
I mean, he
Vader
needed to have
impermanence.
so many hand traps, and then you need extra hand traps for the Sanctum.
And then you have to have cards to play with on top of that as well. So we saw the Salamangreat mirror match. And Salamangreat was the most represented deck of the tournament. And it is still the most represented deck in top card.
Yeah.
Do you think it is the best pick for the event?
I think it's.
Do you see it winning?
I think it's the best. This is what I wanted to say. I think it's the best pick for the event if you want to top it.
Yeah.
But if you want to win it, you should go for something combo-like. Because I don't really think that Salamangreat will overpower all the other decks in the top cut.
Yeah.
Like if you're facing a really good Thunder Danger player or Danger Crusadia, whatever, the deck has such a much higher ceiling, and you can't consistently open with 3 hand traps and your entire hard draw combo. So you can even play through, if he puts down 1 Colossus, you can play through it. You can't always open with Spinny, Gazelle, and 3 hand traps. That's basically impossible.
But the Thunder Danger decks, which were fallen out of favor for the longest time, but now are coming back. They didn't have such a good conversion rate as usual. They only have 7 spots in top card.
You get in Swiss, it's a bit harder to play Thunder Dragon. I think it's
Why
overall
so?
the strongest deck.
Yeah.
But if you're facing Rogue, if you're facing a lot of Mine decks that didn't really make it to top cut that much, then you might have problems. Like you lose versus Mine easily if you're playing Second
sure.
Life.
Of course.
This is, by the way, why I really don't like the Orcus matchup with Thunder, because after all, like you can't really negate stuff because they can always Mystic Mine you, as with Striker. But
that's also a new trend in Orcus decks, right? It wasn't that long ago that Orcus players started to main deck the Mystic Mine now, because set rotation is a card. They realized, hey, I have a lot of ways to play multiple field spells, so why not play Mystic Mine when I can just auto win versus Thunder there?
Yeah, this is really crazy. But I think that a Thunder player or a Crusadia Guard Dragon play is going to take it down eventually in this event. And
That's an
I don't
interesting
know
call,
if we are okay. We aren't ready.
Definitely.
So
let's see. Oh, we just got confirmations that Ollie will have a winner interview afterwards, but we need some more time.
Yeah.
So you think Thunder Dragon is winning it? I will make a call against that. I will say Altergeist is winning it.
Oh yeah, because you love
I
the deck
love the deck so
Yeah,
much,
I
and
know.
we have equal amounts of Thunder Dragons and Altergeist deck in the top
Oh,
card.
this is gonna be exciting, Busty.
We have
This is
7
going to be
Altergeist, 7
exciting.
Thunder Dragon decks. So I know we have very, very good Altergeist players in the top card. For example, Jack Verma made it,
Yes,
the German national
Jack
champion.
Verma is always a favorite. Like, I think his first biggest success was actually European Championships, but he only made it to top 8.
True.
One win away back in the days from going to Worlds.
yeah.
This must be so hard. I can't imagine how it feels like losing this match.
Yeah, true. Super, super, super hard. So now I see everything is set up. Let's just give it over to Ollie and the winners interview.
Yeah, welcome back on the main event stage. Of course, Sebastian and Leo say they can't imagine what it feels like to win this match because they were both X3 yesterday and this morning, so they scrubbed out of the tournament. That's how we picked them up to do commentary. So now we're here with one guy who won in the 64. What was it like going up against Max? Was it easy for you to play against someone you know or harder?
No, it was really hard because Max is a great player and a good friend, so it was really hard to play against a friend, to like knowing that I could possibly kick him out. That was really hard for me.
So on the one hand, you must be happy that you're in the top 32. On the other hand, you're sad that Max got kicked out. Are you more happy or more sad?
Of course I'm more happy because now I have the chance to get to the Worlds, and it's apparently my first top 4 WCQ, a big WCQ.
Right, I see. Okay. You guys have to work a little bit on your handshake motion and everything. You said leading up to the match you're going to do like the fusion move and everything. And then in the end you didn't even get a handshake right. What's that all about? I mean, you're teammates after all.
Yeah, I know, but I guess we were just too nervous, you know?
Yeah, all right. Well, now you beat the curse of playing in the feature match. You went up against Max, now in the top 32. Is it going to be for you like, I need to make it to the top 4, or are you already happy with your result?
Yes. No, I want now to get to the top 4. Like I said to myself, I want to reach top 32 and then top 4.
Okay, so the next goal is basically top 4. All right. Well, good luck. Good luck with that, guys. We saw interesting and actually also very intense mirror match between these two. For the next round, there's a slight chance we're going to have an Italian player in the feature match again, which means we can bring Marcello back because that was his condition to do casting, as you guys all pointed out in the Twitch chat. There is the alternative feature match of Jake Quincy, who still wants to go to Worlds, obviously. He was in the top 8 playoff on Friday, but didn't make it there. He is going up against Joshua Schmidt. And we spoke to Joshua Schmidt. We said, hey, are you going to drop for someone in this tournament? And he said, no, I'm in this tournament to win this. Even if it's a teammate, he's going to play. He's going to bring his A game. He wants to show the world, I'm going to become European champion. So we got either 2 juggernauts or we got some Italian representation with an interesting deck next for our feature match. You guys can actually let us know in the chat what you guys would like to see. And with that, I think it's time for a break. See you guys very, very soon.